In this video, we're going to look at finding the area of regular polygons. And it's going to take a couple of different things. But first of all, notice this triangle that's on the left. This line that you see that goes from the center of the shape to one of its sides, well, we call that the apothem. So you're going to be using that in the formula. So just make sure you know what that is. So anytime you see this, and this is just a side of the shape. And we're going to need that because the formula we're going to use not only is going to use the apothem, but it is also going to use the perimeter of the shape. And I just need you to remember that when you're working on one of these, if you wanted to find the perimeter of any shape, you just add the sides. So I'm going to write right here, add sides. So for instance, this side right here, we have 3 plus 3 plus this side, which is 3. So in this case, when we're talking about the perimeter would be equal to 9. So you're going to be finding the perimeter of a shape and substitute it into a formula. You're going to be finding the apothem of a shape and substitute it into the formula, and then you'll be able to find the area of the regular polygon. Another thing to keep in mind is that when we talk about regular polygons, I'm going to underline regular, that just means that all the sides are equal. So this side is equal to this side, which is equal to this side. So if I say it's a regular polygon, which that's all you're dealing with in your lesson right now, all sides are equal. So in other words, if this side over here is 4, then this side would be 4, and this side would be 4. So let's go ahead and look at our first problem. Now we're going to use our formula. The formula that we'll be using is going to be the area is going to be equal to 1/2 the apothem times the perimeter. I'm just going to make a note right here. A stands for apothem, and P stands for perimeter. So let's go ahead and put this to use. So I got A is equal to 1/2 lowercase a times P. So we're going to go ahead and start substituting our values in. So I'm going to rewrite this 1/2, but instead of an A, I'm going to put a set of parentheses because we're going to be substituting the apothem in there. And the apothem in this case is 6. I'll circle it as we use the number. And then the perimeter will have to be calculated. So I'm just going to go ahead and write the numbers in there. Now I know if this side is 19, then this side also has to be 19, and the bottom side of the triangle has to be 19. So the perimeter is 19 plus 19 plus 19. Now you could go ahead and add those all together to put a single number, but since we're going to be entering this in the calculator anyways, you could just go ahead and show that all sides are being added, and it's just as good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to box this real quick. We're going to put this whole amount right here into the calculator, and we're going to let it do all the calculations. So I'm going to get my calculator right quick, and I'm going to start out by putting my fraction bar to get my 1/2 in there. So I'm going to hit alpha y equals enter, and I'm going to put 1/2. Click to the right to get out of the denominator, and then I'm going to go ahead and put my first parenthesis and type in my apothem's value, which is 6, and then my next parenthesis, and I'm going to type in the perimeter, which is 19 plus 19 plus 19. Then close parenthesis, check everything, make sure that it looks right, that it matches what we wrote on the right side of the equal sign, and then hit enter. And it gives me 171. So the area of this figure is 171 inches squared, because remember, when we're dealing with area, we're talking about inches squared. Also, if they ask for it, if they wanted to know the apothem, I'll just say the apothem is 6. If they ask for the perimeter, which some of y'all's work is having you break this up into 3 parts, the perimeter is simply going to be 19 plus 19 plus 19, and that gives me 57. So once again, this is the area, this is the apothem, and this is the perimeter. And that's all you need to know to solve these problems. Notice that there's going to be a video with 2 different examples, just in case you're missing either the apothem or one of the sides. If you get a problem like that, watch the video that corresponds to that situation.